People are looking for authenticity. They don't like to be lied to. They don't like to be told that we're going to promise all this stuff and never deliver. If you get people to buy in to what you're doing, people will support it. Everybody promises a quick fix. It took a long time to get to this point in government, where we have a pension crisis, where we have an education funding crisis, where we're continually raising taxes. I just think that it really, all these issues come down to one thing: it's money. And everyone is trying to hold the line on taxes. I don't like to make decisions about whether I would raise taxes, lower taxes, put money here or there. I really am true to my word. I listen before I speak. And in my profession, that's what I've been trained to do. Listen to all sides and make the decision based on what's best for everyone involved, and not just one political interest, and not just one local municipality, but everybody in my district. A sportscaster for Blue Ridge Cable, so you've probably seen me on that channel for the last 15 to 20 years. I am the chairman of the July 4th Committee in Lidditz. I've been doing that for about 5-6 years. I have a pulse on the community. I was instrumental in bringing the zombie run to Lidditz several years ago. Former Lidditz Park Board member as well. In talking to a lot of people in this whole frustration class, they understand they have to pay taxes, all right, for their goods and services, or excuse me, for their services that they have, whether that's police, whether it's fire, school, social services. What their problem is that they don't see government working for them and listening to them. So they sort of hold back and say, look, if I don't see anything that's sort of coming my way, why do I want to contribute? What we need to do is we need to really start educating people on the value of education, and how that value of education, and my belief is education starts at birth. And if we really start focusing our money on that, how that's going to create an economic increase in our county, in our state, and in our district. It's going to bring more people into the area, which is going to increase the tax base, which is ultimately going to help us. If they can invest in education now, and whether that means increasing a little bit of what they pay as far as their taxes, but if we can show that if they invest a little bit now, that's going to benefit them in the long run, that maybe taxes will come lower at some point. So it's a temporary pain, but it's an important gain at the very end. What I just said goes against every kind of a Republican ideal, but it really comes down to the individual person. And all politicians say, I held the line on taxes, and that's it. Well, you know what? To the Republican Party, why don't you try to lower taxes that have been on the books? You never try to do that. It's always, I'm holding the line, I'm holding the line, I'm holding the line. You never look at ways you can consolidate school districts, you can recycle money. Again, it gets back to the whole idea is we need to focus on one issue right now, and then we can move out from there. But there's not even an agreement as to what that big issue is. We need to take a page out of Aesop's fables and the tortoise and the hare and say, look, while the hare may be out in front quickly, and while there may be politicians running to the finish line to say this is the answer that's needed, it was the tortoise who took his time and just continued on his way. There is no quick fix, and we must continue on a path realizing that there's no quick fix, but just slow and steady. The tortoise wins the race at the end. We can see the finish line, but we've got to be diligent, we've got to be strong, we've got to be quiet, we've got to listen, and we've got to keep plugging away at this one issue at a time. The tortoise ran one step at a time, but he eventually won.
All right. All right, Tim, we appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you.